So if we haven't met, my name's Dionté, and I am the Executive Director of UrbanPromise Los Angeles. As you know, yeah. As you know, my wife and I founded UPLA in 2019 and launched the organization in Canoga Park. The mission of UrbanPromise Los Angeles is to support the children of youth in Los Angeles as they grow to be Christian leaders who are determined to restore their communities. The vision of UrbanPromise is to reach a child, raise a leader, and restore a community. UrbanPromise Los Angeles offers 4 core programs. Our after-school program, where students in grades kindergarten through 6th grade attend daily, receiving reading and literacy support, engaging in Bible stories and exploring their faith, and participating in arts, crafts, and sports. Next, we provide a summer program. So our summer camp program is for our elementary school students, and it's an extension of what we do during the after-school year. But instead of homework, students complete STEM activities, and they get to go on weekly field trips for cultural enrichment. Our secret sauce, as you guys, it may not be a secret anymore, but our secret sauce is our Street Leader program, employing local high school students who work on a part-time basis and are paid to be the tutors, the mentors, and the role models at our programs. Along with the paycheck, our teens receive job training, leadership development, spiritual guidance, and support in the college application process. All of our street leaders are first-generation college students, so we continue supporting them through our alumni program. We got some alumni in the house today. The alumni program provides support and direction to our street leader alumni so that they can complete college and they find their first meaningful job after graduation. In a nutshell, UrbanPromise Los Angeles is a community of committed individuals working collaboratively to model the love of Christ by combating educational inequity, lack of college access for students of color, and economic disparities that exist between communities like Canoga Park and Woodland Hills or Calabasas. As an African American who spent his formative years in the city of Detroit, I know firsthand and far too well the obstacles children of color must overcome to receive the abundant life Jesus came to give, which he speaks about in John 10:10. For the past 10 years, I've made it my personal mission to show up for our city's youth and make sure they always know that they have someone who believes in them. I started as a volunteer. Creep up on me. I started as a volunteer immediately after graduating college, working part-time as a busser and spending my extra time tutoring and mentoring kids in the neighborhood. My entire professional career has been in nonprofit, directly focused on youth, youth development, and empowerment. I've worked with thousands of youth. Some who eventually went off to colleges like Howard University, UNC Chapel Hill, and UC Berkeley, and others who sadly enough have been arrested or even murdered. As I reflect on both my childhood and the youth that I've worked with, I can't think of anything more powerful than the capacity to have hope for the future. I founded this organization alongside my wife because we believe kids deserve a place where they can dream. We witnessed and experienced the power of hope in the context of community, and that's what we set out to recreate. Although there is brokenness within our community, just as it is in every community, we don't exploit these issues or our families. UP is a place where children's dignity is reaffirmed as we work towards celebrating positive change and empowerment. It's not an easy or quick way to describe all that we do at UrbanPromise Los Angeles. Our holistic approach to support youth is radically different as we're aiming to address issues that perpetually persist in our communities at the root level. But to put it simply, UrbanPromise fills in the gaps so that kids don't fall through them. Most adults and parents work during the hours of 2:30 and 6, which are the most vulnerable hours for our youth. So where do they go for safety, support, and for care? They go to UrbanPromise. Most churches are only open to the public on Sunday mornings, and the typical church structure only allows for an hour whole group message. But where do young people go when they need prayer on Tuesday? When they need godly advice on Friday night? And when they have questions about their faith, they come to Urban Promise. Most Title I schools are understaffed, underfunded, under-resourced, and thus underperforming. Where do kids go to make up those educational deficiencies? When the teacher is pressing ahead, who stops to help students with reading and homework? Urban Promise fills those gaps. All the things listed above, we do, along with so much more. But transparently, we don't do them perfectly, which is why we've hosted this fundraiser, because we need more resources and funding to not only do the job, but to do it exceptionally well. This year, we've added alumni support, and soon we'll be adding a formal reading and literacy program to our after-school program. And our big hope for the future is to be a multi-site organization with program sites like the one we have in Canoga Park all around the city. Organizations such as UPLA offer hope, but hope must be supported through investment. This morning, I'd like to invite you to make a contribution to the work of UPLA. I know I got that page. I ask that you help make the promise possible by choosing one of the options that are listed on the screen. We have 50 students. Would you become a monthly sponsor? We've created jobs for 20 local high school students. Would you help support them by becoming a monthly sponsor and an advocate for them? If each person here today, although we don't have tons of people, but even if just each person today decided to sponsor a student, we'd all be covered. We spend about $200 a week in gas alone to provide transportation to help our students get from school to our after-school site. We spend another $200 a week on healthy snacks and supplies. So would you consider covering those essential needs? You can donate now by writing a check or dropping it off at our donation station, which will be outside. Or you can donate online by pointing your camera at the QR code on your screen or on the handout that our street leaders passed out on your way in. And donations can also be made at UrbanPromiseLosAngeles.org/donate.